Hi guys, and welcome back to a new video. I hope you're all doing well and that you're enjoying the last month of the summer. In my last video I promised you that I would do a video about my new paintbrushes and my coloring pad, but to be honest I've already tried them all out. But that just means that I can tell you already what I think about them. So before I begin with the actual tutorial, I just want to go through quickly my new painting supplies. So these three painting brushes are from a brand called Raphael, and they were super affordable, only $8 I think. And that's perfect for me because I'm a beginner at watercoloring, so I just wanted something cheap. And I got these three in a pack, and what I like about them is that they are so soft and bendable. When I first got them they were quite stiff, but when I poured some water on them they got soft as they are now. The only negative thing I have to say about them is that this middle one shredded one straw when I drew with it, but that has only happened once, so I will forgive it. For watercoloring I use this pad that has really thick pages, and it's from Faber-Castell. Yeah, it's quite a famous brand, but it was also cheap, like $7 or something. But as you can see here, there's not a lot of pages in it, so I think it's 10 pages or something. So I will run out pretty quickly. But that's a good thing that it's cheap, because I can just grab a new one. But for you who is drawing a lot, maybe you should think of buying two. So guys, that is all I have to say for now, so you don't get tired of me. So let's begin with my galaxy guide. One thing I always do before starting is to decide what colors I want and prepare them in these cups that you get with the acrylics. Here I blend together 5 different colors, and I will also add a black one later on. For the circle I just used a candle holder that I had standing in my windowsill, but you can use anything round that you find at home, or if you feel steady enough you can draw it yourself. Today we are going to use this water on water technique that will blend the colors nicely together. So start with wetting the inside of the circle with a square brush. Just make sure that you don't get any water outside of the circle, since we don't have any masking tape to keep the colors inside of the circle. Then grab a small sized brush and start with the lightest blue and use this dotting technique at the edges and towards the middle. I also drew some darker parts here and there to give it some depth, and for darker tones just use less water, and more water when you want a lighter tone of blue. You probably get the point. Then do the exactly same thing with the pink. Blend it together with the blue to get smooth edges. Also make sure to leave the middle part empty for later. And here I just used a very wet brush and dragged a bit of the blue over the blank space so it wouldn't stick out so much. Then used the dark red and went over the pink and blue. You can play with all the colors to get different outcomes. Nothing is wrong at this point, just don't use too much of any colors so that it don't take over too much. Now when the base is pretty much done, you can go in with the different colors where you think it's suiting. I decided to add some blue and pink in the middle since the red was everywhere, and I also dotted them here and there. Now it's time to go in with the darker colors while everything's still wet. I used purple and blue colors in pretty dark tones around the edges and pretty far towards the middle, but you can still see the other colors, and that creates this really cool galaxy effect. the middle part I grabbed some white with a wet brush and then went over the middle towards the upper and lower parts of the circle. Then I decided to blend together some even darker tones of purple and blue and just went over some parts to give it more dimension. When you have let the colors dry almost completely, not fully, the paper can still be a bit wet, you go in with a black color. I didn't really like how dark it turned out, so I just used a bigger brush and some water to smudge it out. But yeah, do this all around the circle. To make the black blend in with the other colors, I used a big size brush and water to drag the black outwards. Then take the same black but with less water on the brush and draw this border around it. To create the stars, I use this white brush and splash some white over the all dry circle. It's really important that it's completely dry, or else the white won't stick. This took me some time and I still didn't get the result that I wanted, so I went in with a white gel pen instead and drew some bigger stars all around. With a golden marker I drew around the circle to get rid of all the little splashes of colors that I accidentally got outside of the circle, and I also used the same pen to do some more stars. I really like to use gold over watercolor since the end results are so pretty. You can really see the shimmer when light hits the finished product. And here I decided to write my channel name, but accidentally wrote my real name and after dystopian. So I had to fix that with some black paper and a white gel pen. So here we have the finished result, and I really hope that you enjoyed this video and that you found it helpful. And I will see you in my next video. Bye guys!